New Year, dear listeners, and welcome to the Social Entrepreneurship in Africa podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Joyce Tamale, and we are excited to kick off this inspiring conversation. I am the CEO of Capital Solutions and also the chairperson of the Uganda Social Entrepreneurship Forum. We hope you had a joyful festive season and are ready for a new year full of impact stories and fresh perspectives. To start off this year, 2025, on a high note, we are joined by Mr. Yassine Tumwine, the founder of National Youth Organization for Development, NaYODE, which will be able to tell you more about the organization as we navigate this conversation. Our theme today is building sustainable livelihoods for youth in Kasese and Western Uganda. Mr. Yassine will share how his work is creating opportunities for young people through entrepreneurship, skills development, and community engagement. Please stay tuned for a motivating start of the year and picking ideas from a passionate social entrepreneur. You're welcome, Mr. Yassine, to this show.
Thank you.
Very well. So as we kick in, our dear listeners, I would like us to know more about who is Yassine Tumwine. How is your education background and your career background?
Thank you, Joyce. I'm called Tumwine Yasin, and Tumwine Yasin is a social worker, a change agent, a youth influencer, a family man, married a woman, and with children, a social entrepreneur, and that is Tumwine Yasin. My education background, I attended and completed all levels of education in Uganda. I have a master's degree in local governance and human rights from Uganda Matters University. I have a number of NGO-based trainings. Those are certificates, 2 days, 3 days a week in M&E, organizational development, project planning and management, youth in development work, etc. I also attended a very good course in Israel at Ben Gurion University in irrigation science, majoring in agronomy. And I've been doing this work for the last 15 years. So I have experience in youth, building youth sustainable livelihood programs, and supporting the youth to transform and change and evolve.
Amazing. Interesting. 15 years work experience, level grounded. I mean, really, this is very, very impressive. Thank you so much, Yassine. Can you tell us about NaYODE and the journey that led you in founding it? What inspired you to focus on empowering youth in Kasese and Western Uganda?
Yeah, NaYODE in full, it is National Youth Organization for Development. And there is only one thing that inspired us from NaYODE. When we are still at the university, everything was going on very well. Academically, we were very sure of passing. There was no problem. We were highly disciplined and reading our books. But we had one challenge. After finishing our degrees, where are we going to get jobs? We were people coming from rural areas, villagers in Kampala. We didn't know anything. We used to hear names of Seruwaji, the Tamaris, the whatever. There was nothing like Tumwine by then. These names are now popular nowadays. But by those, there were names very foreign to us. So what are we going to do when we finish education? So one day we decided to profile everybody we know that is working in government or NGO and visit them. When we visited these people, everybody was telling us one thing: youth form organizations so that government can support you. So when we returned back at the university, we started the canteen and formed NaYODE. And indeed, after forming it and registering it, government supported us. But when we started our work, it was not easy. So after university, we had to fall back to our rural areas. Good enough, we selected Kasese. By then, every NGO in Uganda formed and started by people who were educated. All NGOs were in Kampala. So we decided to take our rural areas because there was a gap. And from there, we started seeing among ourselves traits of the social entrepreneur. Someone who looks around and sees challenges within his communities, sees the gaps, and turns it into opportunities. So he said, if we were educated, we know how to read and write, we can mobilize our fellow youth and do something. So ourselves, we are lacking jobs. Now we have an organization and we are employed and we are looking others to start with. Now, slowly by slowly, that's how NaYODE started. But along the way, everything moved very well. 10, 12 years of donor government support, everything was coming to our side. But again, donors and the government were asking us one simple question. If our funding stopped today, will you be able to sustain all these programs we have started? And again, we found a very, very big challenge at our disposal, and we were not ready for that. So we started thinking and strategizing and changing our strategies. And one of the strategies we came up with was to convert NaYODE from a purely NGO-based organization to a social entrepreneur. And that's where we are currently.
Very inspiring conversation. So I wish every youth had that audacity to really think wide and, design something for the community in a sustainable way. Thank you so much for starting NaYODE. So again, our listeners would love to know, because in Uganda, many youth face challenges, as you've rightly said, on unemployment, and that there are limited resources to enable them survive. When it comes to those in the rural areas, it is even worse. What strategies or programs has NaYODE put in place to ensure youth in Kasese district and beyond have a better livelihood?
Thank you. In NaYODE, we realized that, again, the challenges we had at the university when we started working and started getting support from donors and government, again, it was even more worse because it was real spoon feeding. I want to tell you, Joyce, these people were paying my chapattis at office, newspapers, my transport to Kampala. They would pay for the hotel where I'm going to sleep, food. They would even pay me allowance for attending a training workshop that was giving me skills. They would give me transport to go back. They would pay my salary. I still have even a motorcycle in my store here donated by donors. They would put fuel in. We were really busy. So we realized that if we don't do our own projects that generate money and we have our own money, then we are in trouble. And straightforward, we started with what we call a NaYODE canteen. Why we started a NaYODE canteen, we realized that that organization has created very, very many networks. Youth, women, government, donors, consultants, everybody was coming to NaYODE. And we say, once these people are here, they should buy sodas, water, mandazi, and everything from our canteen. And we developed a semi-autonomous management structure. And we employed a lady called Yassine, and she started work. From there, we saw they were coming 2 staff, 3 staff, 4 staff, and it now developed into a big program that started generating money in NaYODE. And from there, we started now a youth training, what we call reshaping the youth. We discovered that the biggest challenge among the youth is lack of skills. The skills what they have in schools cannot give them directly employment. So we started what we call reskilling or retooling the youth to fit into what someone is supposed to do. And out of my experience and the training we attained, I went back to school and did a diploma in youth and development work at Makerere University. So from those skills, we discovered that the youth needs to learn while you are doing the same thing which you are telling the youth to do. If I'm telling the youth that zero grazing can give you money when you have 1 cow on a 100 by 50 feet a piece of land, you can be able to produce 20 liters of milk. You can feed it like that and this. You need to do it yourself. You are the teacher that is telling the youth, or else you will be like the Kampala-based motivational speakers that speak things that they don't know how they are in practice. So here we did the practical part. We had to look for a place and start putting things in place. Like one, we started with a dairy section, and we started with 4 cows. Now we have more than 70 cows and producing a lot of milk. Now we also established what we call a semi-dairy where all this milk from our cows come to one place. And at the dairy, there are about 3 people selling. At the dairy units in the farm, there are about 6 youths working there. Now, at the dairy unit, we realized that when Tamari is coming to buy milk, Tamari will need bread. So we had also to bring bread there. We had also to put there what we call the packing bags. People were using polythene bags. For us, we went for the paper, the real paper, reusable bags, in order to show them that these plastic bags will pollute the environment and disorganize the environment. And we, the youth, we still have the future, and our future will be a problem if we continue with this polythene bag. We also discovered that people need mobile money. So we had to look for girls and have 4 around our dairy units, each with 200,000 capital. And these people are able to do a service around that. We also realized that people need sugar. For us, we specialized at selling sugar. We weigh this sugar, put it and put it in bags in terms of kilograms, 1 kilo, a half kilo, a quarter. There is even what Tamari don't know. We have here something we call aunzi. An aunzi is like a kilo divided by 8 times to get that, and people buy it. Then there is even those who buy with spoons. So we had to create a lot of small projects that engage the youth. So we also have a fruit farm. Then we have the crop section. Then we opened the retail shops. We have about 4 in Kasese town, and in each shop there is 3 youth working there. We have now opened a coffee farm and a number of small enterprises, building on our social power, which we have, a social networks. This one buys from this one, and that one sells from this one. So we are a big team. And others have been also mobilized to form like circle, community circles. If we need money, we go to our sister circle where we get money to support our activities. We don't go to the banks. And this has enabled us to develop, to employ the youth, to train them, to give them opportunities for internship. As I speak now, we are now hosting youth locally, nationally, and internationally. I have 2 youth from Germany, Yassine and Alva. They are here for a whole year, learning from what we are doing. When you combine the local youth, the national youth, the international youth, the resultant is a very good learning experience and motivation. And that's how we have been able to change the youth and do something that is practical.
Amazing. Listening to you is so inspiring and calming to say that if a person or an NGO can think the way you're thinking, I think Uganda needs more of you, because you are in all sectors that the government has mapped. That is agribusiness, we are in trading, and generally we are turning around the rural youth to make them active, but in a more sustainable way. Thank you very much, Yassine, for the hard work. Again, our listeners would love to know from you, what are some of the unexpected challenges you and NaYODE have encountered while trying to help the youth build sustainable livelihoods, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, thank you. The challenges are many, but I will mention one key. The youth, anybody called the youth. It will be easy if I tell Tamari, you go and mobilize for me any youth I want to train them, let's say in beekeeping. It will be easy to mobilize them. But it is very, very difficult to sustain them, to hold them, to maintain them, keep with them, to help them do what you have told them to do. Why? Because the youth come with high expectations. The moment someone tells them you are going to NaYODE, it is a training where you are going to get skills to start doing business and to start earning money. Someone is thinking in terms of a smartphone, in terms of buying the car, building a house, and being okay, getting a salary and helping the people in the village. Higher expectation. Now, managing that expectation as well as giving a skill to the youth, a skill that will produce results that will cause a transformation to that change that is immediate, short-term, and long-term. That's what has been our challenge. However, we have used one simple tactic that has given us the best result. Number one, we always tell the youth the truth. For us, we don't motivate the youth like politicians. We tell you the truth, that here is the solution. If you want, come, you will get a solution. Your problem will be solved if you do ABCD. And if you don't want, then we can't do much. And with that, when the youth joins us, we go into practicals, we go into practical training. When you use practical training, where the youth himself participates in that program, and then when you get the result, the youth becomes a partner in that result. For example, when the circle is formed, all these other youths become the members of the circle. They keep their small money there. They can borrow from there. When we go to the dairy farm, they become partners. They don't become workers. There is one youth we started with called Kamagande, is now a big money lender, fully registered in Kasese town, and he drives a big Mercedes Benz, and he has a school. You can imagine, he came as a younger person, with no time, he has grown big, business grown big, now is far, far ahead of us. There are so many we helped in NaYODE, now they are far, far ahead of NaYODE as an organization. But the beauty we have, we keep the link, we keep the network, we keep the relationship, and those are our powers and those are our strengths. When we go to Kamagande money lending company, for us it doesn't put any interest on the money we need. It only gives us, let's say, 10 million, use it for 3 months, and return my 10 million. Plus giving us advice on how to use the money. I will give an example. One day, we'll never forget this experience in NaYODE. When a lady called Tumwine Yasin drove her vehicle from Kampala, traveled to Kasese, met that in our small local room, we were all packed there with a manila paper on the wall. She was training us budgeting and financial discipline. I will never forget that topic. The impact of that training, it has put us to a higher level. The people Tumwine had in that room, if you meet them today, you can't believe it. So with that, that's how we have been able to do our work and be able to change the youth. And that is the best solution in Uganda if anybody wants to engage them.
Oh, I want to give you a hand clap because you have really nailed it down to really expressively give out the practical ways on how you have been able to navigate through the challenging times. Thank you very much, Yassine. And moving forward, with this high unemployment rate amongst the young people in Uganda, I would love to know more about how you have ensured that the young people work with you and are not just being helped to handhold them, but also to actively contribute to their community growth. How have you done that movement of ensuring that you just don't give them handouts, as you've said, but give them tips, strategies, and enable them contribute to their community's growth?
Yes, with young people, number one, they don't want anybody to exploit them. Number two, they have a lot of knowledge. Given the present situation of the digital world, the youth are well informed. Now, as I said, if you are a sincere person, telling them the truth, engaging them, turning them into your partners, then you will get what you want from them and they will be what you want. Now, when we work with the youth, we normally have what we call constituous areas within our villages, the localities. If the village, let's say Kanyangea, lacks water, and almost like 80% of Kanyangea, they fetch water from Nyamwamba River. Nyamwamba River passes through Kasese town, and along the way from the mountain up to the river, up to Lake George down, carries a number of things, copper, fishes, animals are taking water from that river, and the people also go and fetch. But surprisingly, National Water Sewage Corporation water is just in 2 meters from where these communities stay. So we train our youth that you go to Kanyangea, establish like 10 taps, or else we are going to give you capital, and get people to sell water on every tap and make a lot of money as you are transforming the community. With that, we have seen community aging, diseases reducing, people are able to do their work, they are making money, the youth are making money, and from such enterprises, they are able to add now more other enterprises. within that community. When you reach Kanyagaya now, it is a full-fledged trading center, and with some of the youth who started in those areas where a plot was at 1.5 million, today it is 20 millions and above. So those people who bought plots there now, they are landlords, they have rentals, and they are developing. So for us, we want to see a youth establishing council. We are able to give you support, and in the process, we also get support. We maximize our profits, which we are able to invest again in social objectives that create the whole community, bring the whole village together. When you come to our community, you will see that it is a secure, peaceful, and developing community as compared to those areas where our projects are not implemented. So with that, that's how we make the youth feel part and parcel of the program. And today, it is the youth that apply come to NaYODE. Before, it was NaYODE mobilizing them using LCs, using FM radios, advertising here and there. But today we have heaps and heaps of applications, youth requesting, allow me to come and do volunteer work at NaYODE, allow me to do internship at NaYODE, allow me to go and work in Project X for free. Now we have a big project where we brought together all our agro projects and designed a project we call agro-tourism and learning in Muguku irrigation scheme. Every year, we host or we engage or we train more than 60,000 youth per annum. And every youth who participates in our program pays 2,000 shillings. And you can calculate how much money we get. We host all the schools throughout Uganda. It is now no longer Kasese or Western Uganda. Majority of our customers come from Kampala, Mbale, where coming to Muguku irrigation scheme in our agro-tourism and learning project. But by the time they get out of our project, everybody is changed and is assured that agriculture is a business. Agriculture can employ you. Agriculture can give you money. Agriculture can give you everything you want. And now we are now moving to a higher stage to put value on what we produce and to scale our agro-tourism and learning from a local level to a national and international level, where it is going to turn into a full-fledged company. So briefly, that's what we do to engage the youth, and they feel that they are part and parcel of it.
Interesting. Again, practical, as you have said, and also looking forward, actually, we as social entrepreneurs in Uganda to get an opportunity to come and actually do a learning visit at the Muguku Irrigation Center, but also learning more from NaYODE. And I think that's an idea I will be able to mention other social entrepreneurship forum members. Thank you so much for sharing. I would like to know, Yassine, we live in a digital age and young people are embracing technology. You have mentioned that a while back. How is NaYODE using technology tools to support and scale up youth-driven businesses or projects?
Yes, technology has really helped us. And I will start from my home. My son, Mark Isingoma, recently did her exams, O-level, is in work, and they are working in NaYODE. But he came to my office and said, for him, he wants to invest in cryptocurrency. Then I asked him, what is cryptocurrency? Then he started educating me, and immediately he borrowed the money from me. That was 100,000 shillings. He sent it to someone who converted it to him in $2. Everything he was doing it using our computer there. And with no time, he had bought some coins in the language they use in cryptocurrency. And within 2 days, a coin he bought at 8,000 Uganda shillings has increased to 12,000. And he was able to make profit. And now he's converting what he has, his hens, his goats, his fat, and whatever, and his allowances he's getting. The money he used to put on data, and they start talking the things that we don't understand. Even if it is a coin now, he's saving it to invest in these cryptocurrencies. That is one we have seen, and now he's training all other youth on how they can invest in currencies and they make money. Number two, they are now helping us use the number of WhatsApp groups we have to advertise for what we are doing, or to share with others that are far from us. Recently, they shared one of our successful zero grazing projects, and someone has already started constructing those houses so that he starts the project. Two, we do a lot of learning experience. Like we have a world-specific radio, and with this world-specific radio, we normally get updates of the day-to-day markets, maize, beans, fruits, milk, meat, food. They normally send that information, and we can download it from the satellite, and then we share with the youth. And any book we want, using this world-specific radio, we can be able to download the book, even if it is 500 or 700 books, and we put it on our computer, and the youth can come and read. So we are well versed with information. There is nothing that is happening in the country or around the world that we don't know. In NaYODE, if we decide to switch into something, if right now we decided to shift our topic into politics, you can't believe. You may think we are one of the best analysts of the world. If we decide to switch into football or anything, so we are well informed using the digital platforms, the social media. NaYODE is reaching far and getting in touch. All these volunteers we are getting from Germany, from where we communicate using these systems, and we are able to link up with them, go and attend workshops abroad and share our experience and learn new things which we come and do.
Beautiful. Good, good. Thank you for embracing technology into your work. And now, how does NaYODE address gender disparities in youth empowerment? Are there specific initiatives aimed at supporting young women in achieving economic independence?
Yes, in NaYODE, we are one of the successful projects where people even come to work. I mentioned of a lady called Yassine, who started our canteen, and there is a lady called Yassine. There are so many strong ladies in NaYODE that are managing strong projects. Those are the girls and women now that are pushing all these programs in NaYODE. But besides that, we use to design programs like empowering young girls against sexual abuse. And such a programs were even funded at the level of the United States of America. You see, came here and gave us a lot of money to support such a programs where we are protecting younger girls from sexual exploitation. It became a very popular program. We started designing programs like something for something sex, where someone say, I give you a handkerchief, in return you give me this. We had to empower a number of girls to learn how to discuss, negotiate, and defend themselves from such exploiters. Now they are big girls. One of our members just said she's now selling crafts in New York. They have a lady that they send a lot of crafts to them, and she buys from only women. We have a group of women called Basongora. These are cattle keepers based in Mocha. That group was supported by the European Union. Now it is a powerful group with a circle getting money from government and building programs. They have changed the entire community. These people were living in grass thatched houses. When you reach there, you can't believe it. The whole community has changed. These are the people who are having long-horned cattle. Today they have crossbreed and they are producing a lot of milk. So for us, as far as gender issues are concerned in NaYODE, we have a full-fledged policy on gender. We give equal opportunities. We give equal chances. Everybody is free to do what it's supposed to do, and with all our support and working together as a team. That's why even some of us, when we go to our churches or to our mosques, we are a successful story where you find that you have been married for the last 17 or 16 years, have never had anything from you, from your family, and those are the success stories we have in NaYODE.
Interesting to know. Thank you very much. So much, NaYODE, for the great work on that. Again, would like to know over the years, what are the key lessons that have learned from working with youth in your region, and how have these lessons shaped the way NaYODE operates today?
Okay, thank you very much. So we have learned a lot of lessons, and I will just mention a few of them. One, we have learned that working using other people's resources or money does not make you weak. You may look and sound strong, but tomorrow you are going to find your level. When we started making our own monies, using our own enterprises, working with the people within our communities, changing what we have in our communities, protecting and conserving our environment around us, bearing in mind that if we transform socially, economically, and we don't do anything on our health, we are deceiving ourselves. We saw ourselves becoming very, very, very powerful. And with that lesson, we have known that if we expand, if you are better off, then you are not better if your neighbor is not like you. I remember the day President Museveni, we have already hosted President Museveni in one of our projects in multiplication scheme. And when we explained and they made a video, first explaining everything, and he has been playing that video wherever he's going for his poverty and wealth creation campaign. At the end of the day, the President Museveni said that for us, we have passed the line of poverty and whatever we are now in the lower middle class income. He challenged us that the next time I come back, I want to see other groups, 10 of such groups like NaYODE within this community or beyond with such a successful story. So we learned that once you have succeeded, and if you want to be happy, and if you want to measure your success, you need to transfer this happiness. This impact should be able to impact the neighbor and also impact the neighbor and the entire community. And that will be your security, that will be your strength, and that will be your wealth.
Wow. If you want to see success, impact the community around you. Very good statement. Thank you very much, Yassine. Well, so as we move forward, if you could move fast forward in 10 years from now, what's your biggest dream for NaYODE and the youth in Western Uganda?
Thank you, Tamale, for that question. Very quickly, 10 years from now, I want Tamale to pick a phone and call NaYODE, and the person answering the phone should not be Yassine. I want someone else to answer Tamale and be able to share or engage with Dr. Tamale the way Yassine is answering and engaging you now, not 10 years from now. 2, we want to rebrand. If we started NaYODE when we were youth, and now we no longer youth. When we started NaYODE looking for jobs, now we no longer look for jobs but giving others jobs. Do we remain with the structures, the vision, the mission, the logo, and everything? No. We need to rebrand and come up with something new that can now move with the time, with the ages that we are now heading to. I want you to come to NaYODE and find in 10 years from now, found that we are adding value on all our products. We should add value and be able to take it to an end market. If it is world market, if it is anywhere, we need to make sure we add value and advance our product. And we want also to grow our agro-tourism and learning project to a higher level. For example, right now, when visitors come to NaYODE, when schools, especially Kampala schools, the Kudo, the Tsubi, the whatever, these people normally want accommodation, they want good meals, and we end up taking them hotels around Kasese town. So we want in 10 years from now, we should have such a facilities and get those facilities very easily. We should be able to partner with others. We cannot do it alone. We need to call upon others to come and invest within our program so that together we can grow and be strong.
Beautiful. So if I may push ourselves forward to 2034, NaYODE will be rebranded. There will be a practical operational succession plan whereby Yassine will be the background and have a new face. And I'm also going to be seeing a value addition in all your products and services, as well as improved agribusiness tourism, whereby you're able to have more tourists, more business, and hence creating sustainability for NaYODE. Thank you very much for such a fantastic future you envision for NaYODE. Again, Yassine, as we try to get into our wrap-up questions, how do you define success as Yassine?
Thank you, and that is the question I like most. For me, I normally define success as Yassine. If I'm doing something, and that something I'm doing gives me happiness, that is one. I will consider a successful person. Number 2, now I am in entrepreneurship. Why am I doing entrepreneurship? All my energy. And for me, I have reduced it to a simple definition. If I give you a coin, if I give Tamale 1 Uganda shillings, and within a week, Tamale gives me 2 shillings, and Tamale is able to tell me all the processes she went through to convert 1 shilling into 2 shillings, that is a success for Tamale. So for me, that's how I measure my success. Very small, I have a coin, Within 1 week, they are 2. Then now they are 2. Within another week, they are 4. Very successful, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. And I'm getting those results not because I'm doing it alone. I need other people to help me. I need other people to trade with. I need other people to transact with. Therefore, it is a chain. It goes from one center to another. Even those at the periphery of the periphery, those are the most important people in this system, in this trade, in this investment. Once I reach them, I am able to impact them and create a meaningful transformation, a meaningful change. To me, that is success.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we have listened to the success of how Yassine is describing his success. And I think we are picking lessons as social entrepreneurs or also aspiring young social entrepreneurs. Now, again, Yassine, what advice would you give to young people across Uganda who might be listening right now, feeling uncertain about their future? What's one step they can take today to start building a better tomorrow?
Number one, when you are talking to the youth or when I'm talking to the youth, as I said, tell them the truth. Don't tell the youth as a provision. Number one, the youth need to change their mindset. Everything starts from their mind. Someone, even others, have testified to me that, do you know, Mr. Yassine, for us, poverty is a culture at home. Our father was poor, our grandfather was poor. There has never been a bicycle in our culture. Then there is no way I can buy a bicycle. Others will tell you that alcoholism and taking beer is a family disease. Others will tell you it is very difficult to do this or very difficult to do that. As I told you that for us, we are making money in our new project, which we shall advance in 10 years. Actually, it should appear in the 10 years which you have asked me. In 10 years, we want to change the trajectory of using acres and acres to produce milk. We can produce milk on a 150 feet piece of land in a town where there is electricity, there is water, there is market and security. So if you have 10 cows in a city, we want to attack cities and introduce such a project in cities and make a lot of money. So mindset change. Someone who is used into grazing and open place, to call him that cut this, plant here, pasture, cut here, do this, take this place here, put maize, and reduce these cows from 120 that are very effective and very helpful. Once the youth accept to change their mind and be able to move with the things that are available, they will create a lot of changes. Number two, the youth needs to be practical. Let them use their hands, their energy, their power to change the world. Number three, let now every youth who is listening to me and you have a smartphone worth 300, 400, 500, sell it right now and invest that money in a small income generating entrepreneurship. You go and buy a phone that cannot go beyond 100, and even on credit, it will be still be a smartphone. And on credit, you need to pay 20,000 shillings only. You have a smartphone and you do business. You know you have a credit from someone. You make profit from the other capital. You save. Within 1 year, you will have changed your situation. Government is giving 1 million shillings to our community. For us, we just we don't want that money in the PDM. This 1 million loan from government. Nobody here needs 1 million. People are above that. We said you go to those other communities that can fall into 1 million. So you will create your own capital, you make money, and you are able to move forward. Lastly, when we are talking of social entrepreneur, a social entrepreneur is a person that thinks about others, works with others, you think about your community, you see your community changing, and all those problems in your community, turn them into opportunities. Turn them into opportunities and be the one to create employment, not you who you are beautiful, you are handsome. All those are your strengths to do work. What you need is trustworthy. That is the only capital you need. You don't need a degree, you don't need a diploma, you need trustworthy. You need to work using your hands, you need to change your mind, and tomorrow you will be a different person.
Surely, young people, what can I repeat? Mr. Yassine has been extremely clear, has put for us practical bullet points of enabling you as a young person to start off better tomorrow. Please be practical. Let's pick some of these lessons, and they are from people who have done it for 15 years. Thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Yassine. And finally, what's the next for NaYODE, and how can businesses get in touch with you or anybody who may want to learn or partner with NaYODE in future? Please share your next and your contacts.
NaYODE, we really want to partner with a number of people. As I said, there is a lot of potential in agro-tourism. There we need very many partners, someone who can do, they normally call them hostels. You don't need a lot of money to put such a place, things in place. We need something like what I saw at Capital Solution in Kampala when we had gone for a symposium. Very small structures, but everything was done at that small piece of land in Kampala. For us, we have villages, and villages, there is nothing. We need a training point. We need a camping center. We need maybe a shade tree where people can sit and eat and take pictures, where people can, maybe a flower center. Those who do video recording and music and films can pay us to go there and take pictures. There is a lot of potential here once you come to NaYODE, and we take you around our programs and our activities. You will be able to tell us 1 million opportunities here. For us, because our eyes have been here, seeing what we see all the time, it may be very difficult to see it in a different way. But if you come tomorrow, if you are a partner, if you are an investor, you have your money, you want to invest in something, don't do any other thing. First, board a bus, come to Kasese, look for NaYODE, and just let us spread you around our programs. You will tell us more than 10 projects that can make you rich instantly. So in NaYODE, there are so many opportunities. That is one area program. Now we are in coffee. We are planting more coffee. We want to add value, and there is a challenge here in our community. Like 90% of our community, based on our research, they don't take coffee. They think coffee is for the tourists. So we want to teach people how to drink coffee. And to teach them how to drink coffee, we need to start a coffee pub, a coffee para, somewhere where people can come. We give them maybe as a sample, and people are able to taste our coffee and be able to buy. Tamale, we are making a lot of money here in Kasese. I'm one of the sub-agents. One of our projects, we buy a product called Uganda kombucha, and we buy also Uganda coffee. These are two products. We buy cartons and cartons. We buy a carton at 20,000 shillings, and we sell it at 21,000 shillings. And we buy like 1,000 cartons. We are able to sell it within 2 weeks. And even right now, because of pressure of Christmas, I've been calling these guys to Kampala to bring us those products. Up to now, they are telling me, we are coming, we are coming. You can imagine coffee is coming from Uganda. And here in the whole region, sub-region, the whole of Wenzone, we are producing very good Arabic coffee. There is nothing. There is very good Robusta coffee. We also have coffee in forest. We normally collect coffee from Mount Wenzone and Chibale forest. This is purely organic and very many tourists need it. I can speak from morning to evening talking about opportunities in NaYODE and how people can come and invest in that. The only thing I can conclude with, let someone pick a journey, come and visit NaYODE. The rest you will be the one to take.
A very big hand clap. What is your website or any social media to contact you?
Yeah, so someone can write us, send us an email at nayode@yahoo.com. So someone will be able to reach us. And if you want to get our projects on the website, the easiest way, because these other WWHH, whatever way, I can give you the simplest way. You just write the word NaYODE projects, then you search. Then you will see everything coming. Because we have so many pages on people's websites. You will see us at Capital Solution, you will see us at the UHMG, side programs. There are so many pages created for NaYODE for the number of programs that carry us there, and then it becomes very easy for us to maintain it without paying anything. So someone can also reach us, or someone can call me on my number, which is 0772 89 39 and 92. And then someone also can reach us on our social entrepreneurship forum. We have now a volunteer who will be putting there a lot of work, contacts and whatever, and we are going to update our information which is there. And you raise our space. I want to thank you, Tamale and Capital Solution and SEF members who gave us a platform on every Sunday.
Beautiful. You've all heard how you can partner with NaYODE. A lot of opportunities are available. And also, please take a lift and go to Kasese. When you're there, you can't miss NaYODE. And you can send an email on nayode@yahoo.com for further conversations. With that, I would like to mention that this is season 5 that we are in of our Social Entrepreneurship in Africa podcast. What a great way to start a new year. A special thanks to Yassine, Tumwine, for sharing his vision and efforts towards building sustainable livelihoods for youth in Kasese and Western Uganda. As we dive into 2025, let's keep pushing for positive change together. Don't forget to subscribe and be able to listen to further episodes as we go forward on all our social media platforms, all at Capital Solutions, for inspiring stories on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere. Thank you so much for tuning in, and here is to a year of possibilities and progress. Welcome 2025.